Hey, Pearl, how are you today? Hey, and here's Minnie. Look at the pretty flowers I just planted. What? Oh, you're right. I almost forgot. Another day of soul care.
Hi, everyone. This is not James. This is Renee, the producer. We had a little incident, James, just by accident. Clicked on his link away from the stream. So here I am. I'm actually very excited to see everyone, and you guys never have an opportunity to see me. So, welcome, everyone. So, who is coming on live? Let's see. I see Stacy Thompson, and
I got kicked off. I got kicked off.
Oh, well, we are live, so I was just welcoming everyone. So, everybody here, James is back.
Thanks, Renee. I got knocked off while we were on. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, no problem. Okay.
Thanks, Renee. Hi, Nikki. Hi, Bonnie. It's time to catch up. Hi, Laurie Smith. It's been a while. Priscilla, Val, Alicia, hello. Doreen, hello. Alice. Dina from Rochester. I remember you, Dina. Hi, how was everything at Rochester? Hi, Derek. Susan Richards. Hi, Alan Wellman. Did you get together with Gordon? I think he was going to meet you at the airport, at the hotel, rather. A great time with Gordon Smith, everybody. He's a medium from Scotland. We had probably the best demonstrations I ever had in my career with him. He was pretty incredible, and we had a great time together. And I love working with him. We did get a blast, Alan. I'm sure he's a great guy, and Jackie's wonderful as assistant. So happy Monday, and as you know, everybody, it's been a little crazy and busy. Things have been wow. As Alan mentioned, Gordon Smith was here, the UK medium, and we had a 2-day workshop, and it was really great. It's short, but it was great. And he came with Jackie's assistant, and then my friend Carolyn Mumolo came out from New York, the psychic I've mentioned to all you guys, who reads cards, just regular cards, and she's in her 80s. And we're going to dinner that night after Gordon got here, and she fell down and hurt her arm and her hip. So she is in the hospital. So I've been dealing with that, and I'm working with the administration over there and doing workshops, demonstrate all at the same time. So that's why, yeah, you haven't seen me live here, because of a lot of stuff going on. And plus, oh yeah, the doggies are back. So my puppies, I have to walk them 5 times a day, because you have to have a relationship with them individually as well as together. So being a daddy is pretty amazing. I never thought it would be like this. I even have cuts and wounds all over feet. Hi, Terry. Hi, Suzanne. Hello, Ellen. Okay, hold on. A lot of people are contacting me free because they hadn't seen me. So now I'm just trying to tell you why. Hold on. Let me just get some computer stuff going, kids. Okay. I'm catching up along with you. Okay, here we go. Okay. So, gosh, I hope all of you have been good and done very well. I hope you've been healthy yourself. It's been as my friend Kelly White, who I do both sides now and beyond. That'll be it tonight. I had to force her to take some time off because she was working. And I said to Kelly, because I saw what happened to Carolyn when she fell, and Carolyn's a lovely light worker, that it's an intense energy right now, astrologically, as Kelly would have pointed out. So coming to this, it's a major transformation. We lost Mavis Patella, my good friend from England, wonderful medium. We lost the Queen. So it's taking people out. It's a lot for sensitives. So just be mindful of that. Really be centered and grounded is the best thing I'd say to you. Even I talk about this and I do it myself, but being having the human experience, I too am affected. And for me, it's of course the doggies that are just, it's very stressful because you're worried about them. But yeah, be careful in your own life. Just remain grounded and centered. And remember that stay in your body, boys. Stay in your body. Good time. Melissa White from Oregon, hello. Susie, hello. Hi, Patricia. Yes, I'm sorry to hear about your mom. A lot of people have lost people. It's a major transformation time. It's a major portal. As the Queen takes a lot to get the Queen out there, and Mavis as well. And Janet Havoc, also a medium from New Jersey, a good friend of mine. She's also passed. A lot of people leaving the planet now. And again, my friend Kelly predicted that it was going to happen. And it's interesting. One good thing is Russia is retreating, which you heard from Ukraine, which is a blessing. Giving people freedom. I think people's freedoms are very important in life. Human rights to me is a major thing. That everyone has a right to exist and be free, no matter where they are. And I think it's important. Iris, hi from Germany. Hello, sweetheart, from Germany. Yes, Nikki, Diane, the full moon square Mars. That's right, Nikki. Nikki, you probably know a lot more than I do about it, and Mars is a planet of battles, confrontations, war planet, and full moon is pulling up that energy and the sensitivity. It's like, boom, there's like an explosion. And I've told my friend Jeff and his wife Debbie, I said, last year I said to them, it feels to me like that the cup and saucer, the saucer ride at Disneyland, the turning cups of teacups ride. And I said, I remember as a kid, I had to get off that because it's queasy, my stomach. And I said the other day to them, I said, well, now it feels like the teacups have turned over and all the contents have fallen out. That's what it's like. So, wow. And someone else told me about Mercury in retrograde. And I said, I think every day feels like Mercury retrograde to me. So it's true. Dorothy Harvey, someone is trying to scam you. Can you say anything about that? Well, Dorothy, I don't do readings here, but I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. This what came this morning, actually, when I was taking a shower. I think we live in a world right now that people are on your devices. I've been scammed. I'm hacked right now. As we're doing this, I'm hacked. I live in a digital area here, and people are on my phone. I find out my gate opens up by itself. Someone's actually using the devices to do it. I think we live in a world that there's no privacy. I don't believe there is anymore. I think, unfortunately, I think technology is the negative part of technology. The great thing is here we are, and we're able to see each other from around the world and help one another. And I started this when COVID first started. So I think it can be used in positive ways, technology and advancements, but I think it's a fine balance with the ego and with greed, and with the human greed, and what's the intention behind it. And I was watching a show on Netflix about scamming. I was watching a show because I was like, part of me is, and I like true crime. I've told you this before, only because I find the mind, the way people think to do those things, that's what I'm interested in. I was going to be a psychologist when I was in college. I was about to take psychology, and I kind of am doing it as a medium, kind of have a foot in both worlds there, many worlds actually. But I find that the human being, the way the mind thinks, the human, they can create many, many things, and they have the potential to do great, incredible things, way beyond our comprehension, I think. But then there's the easier negative way of the ego getting over on someone, and that's harmful. That's harmful, and I think technology can be very, very harmful. And I've seen it. I've been aware of it. I can only imagine me being the public eye, people using my name and going on Facebook using my name, trying to be me. And it's rampant. And I don't think it's going to get much better. I really don't. I don't think it's going to get better right away. I mean, maybe long term, but it's just pay attention. I go to the iPhone store. I have an iPhone, and I said, I think someone's hacked my phone. Oh no, they can't. I said, oh, they can. Oh no, this is very safe. I'm like, I don't think anything's safe, really. So I would just live with that awareness that perhaps people are just aware of what's going on, and that's nice. Just if people are that bored that they can't live their own lives and have to get over on someone else, that's pretty sad. So if they are hacking you or watching you or whatever they do, good, teach them something. Teach them about love and compassion and healthy thoughts and ways, because otherwise it's not used in a very good, productive way. Okay. Tabitha Hamilton, hi. Every night when I go to sleep, it feels like I am. Oh, thanks, Renee. Easier for me to read. Every night when I go to sleep, it feels like I am on a spaceship fair ride. Totally. Last time I was on the ride, I almost immediately went to sleep. Tabitha, I've had kind of that similar thing. Maybe everyone else has had something similar when You're about to leave the body. You know, the soul leaves the body every night we go to sleep. We leave out of the crown chakra, and that transformational, transitional time before you go into the other states of being, of consciousness. There's that in between period, which feels a little strange because also remember, and I was reminded of this very clearly when my friend Mavis Patilla passed just recently when she came to me. And you know, the thing I think with spirit people is when you leave the body, you don't realize that you're outside of time. There is no time, and so our benchmarks of time, past, present, future, are not there. We're just open to it. It's all one. So I find that fascinatingly interesting. I just find that very interesting that they have to adapt right away to a new awareness of being outside of time, which has different laws and properties. And so when you try to apply the human part of you, which wants to do something, then you walk right through the wall, or you know, and yet a lot of people don't realize it's a very mental world, mental vibration, mental level of realm. So it's all about thought. The movie The Sixth Sense was great in showing that and depicting that. So that's a good movie to rewatch again and again. The man that wrote that was he studied a lot of metaphysics before he wrote that movie. He also wrote Jacob's Ladder, which wasn't as good. And that Shakar wrote that. That was, I think, his finest movie, but good learning tool. Okay. Happy birthday. Thank you very much. Okay. Oh, Nikki. Happy birthday, Nikki. Happy birthday, Nikki. MT. Hi, James. This is Mary from Jersey. Hi, Mary from Jersey. Not looking for a reading. Okay. I just have a question. I see animals and people in my... Oh, thank you. I see animals and people in my peripheral vision. When I look, nothing is there. Am I seeing spirit? You're clairvoyance. You're clairvoyance. So when you try to see them, you won't, because the human mind's getting in the way. You're blocking it. So that's where we talk about being in the stillness of your being and surrendering. Then you'll be able to connect with the spirit much easier of the animals and with beings that are always around us. Think of it this way, Mary, and everybody else. Think of it that the realms of the spirit are all around us. Just like they're around us, we have microwaves, intelligent waves, radio waves, gamma rays, all around us, all these different waves. We don't see them or feel them because we're in this human spectrum, a limited spectrum, if you will, a bandwidth. Our bandwidth is very limited as human. So they're outside that bandwidth. But all around us right now is the spirit world, the spirit people. So the moment we can kind of open up that bandwidth, and you can only do that really, I have found, by really being still, by sitting in the silence of your being, then you expand. But when you force something, it doesn't work. The analogy I love is, a feather is floating in the air, and you try to catch the feather, and you keep on grabbing for it. The more you try, it'll go away because the energy is pushing that away. But if you just put your hand out, the feather can gently land on your palm. It's a good analogy, a really good analogy. Okay. Yeah, we do some questions, Renee. We can continue with some if you want to pick some out. Nadine, hi, Nadine. Nadine sent me the most beautiful bouquet of flowers. Nadine, they were so gorgeous. And I know you put your email in there, but things have been a little insane, Nadine. So I lost your email. If you can send it again, that'd be great. I really felt the moment when the Queen left us. Felt she's going home. It was a moment which I will never forget. Oh, thanks, Nadine. Yeah, I think a lot of people share that remark. Not sure your insights. Yeah, I was just watching this morning having a moment, really, of peace with the doggies. But I watched a little bit of the Edinburgh, the beginning, I guess, in Scotland. And I've been in that cathedral, and I remember that. And I was there, and I walked the long way, the King's Way, that row. And it was pretty amazing. The whole thing, I think, is pretty incredible. I think it's pretty incredible. On many levels, that's still going. It's very archaic to me, but I like the tradition. So as we all do. But I liked her personality, very strong lady, but very down to earth, Aries Taurus lady. But then I was watching a little bit about it, and they talk about her and how down to earth and real she was, and had a very good sense of humor. So what a tough life, though. I think being royal, I think it's a tough life. Obviously karmic, I believe. Obviously karmic. And Camilla, who's with Charles, it's very interesting. I was watching this morning that her great grandmother had an affair with the then king. So that's really interesting. So very interesting. Okay. Marilyn. Hi, Marilyn. Good to see you. Why am I so affected by stormy weather? I don't feel grounded when the weather is intense, and I get a lot of anxiety. Okay. Marilyn, again, we're mostly made up of water, right? So it would affect you, and you're very sensitive, so could be much more affected. So here's a great experience and a great opportunity here. When you feel when you feel like intense and anxiety coming up, that's your signpost. Say stop and really ground it, and go with that feeling. Why am I feeling intense? What's going on inside me right now that I'm feeling intense? And what do I need to do to feel balanced? And ask yourself that, Marilyn, because it'd be easier coming from your own soul and revealing itself to your head. And you think a lot, so just bring yourself back to center. But I would do that to yourself when it happens. See what's going when the anxiety comes up, the stormy weather. Ask yourself, what is that about? And I think you'll find your answer. Samantha, hi Samantha. I've been having the most vivid dreams. Oh, interesting. Very strange dream themes. Same, by the way. Probably a lot of people here are same thing. Opening portals, vampires, okay, magical beings, etc. I've been writing them down each morning, hopefully becoming lucid and talking to spirit guides. Keep on going, keep on going. Remember that when we talk about vampires like that, there's all different levels that the mind will go through. So I don't want to judge anything, good, bad, or indifferent. It is what it is. But I think it's a great beginning of keeping us asleep. I always talk about that, having a dream guide next to your bed and pen. I do it myself and write things down. It's funny because we're on a different level of consciousness, of course. And then we got to bring it down to the human consciousness, the slower consciousness, and kind of remember, retain that symbolism, the feeling of the dream, and so forth. But I think the more we do that and have the dream journal next to us, the more we are programmed that we can do that. So I would try that. Or good job. Kathy Oates, just want to answer this one before we get to Pat. Kathy Oates says, the souls of 9/11 able to find peace. Yes, I believe they are able to find peace. I think everyone's able to find peace, no matter if you're an explosion, that happened, a car accident, a jet plane accident, suicide, whatever it might be. That's the world of peace. This is not the world of peace. This is an upheaval that is down here. This is the hard place. There it's very peaceful. As we call it heaven, right? It's a peace. It's our home. And there are those in the spirit world whose job, mission, if you will, duty, is to help those newly transferred souls who leave the body, I would say help their mindset to realize that they've left the body. Because like I said earlier, they're outside of time. They might not, when we talk about confused, Hollywood makes it much more than it is. It's a bit more that the mission of some souls on the other side is to help people transition, to bring them to the awareness that you have passed out of the body and this is your new home. And then there'll be a stirring within this soul. It's called a stirring, that they have a remembrance of who they really are and truly are. So that's important. So don't get lost. That everybody is saved, if we call it. No one is left behind. That's important to note. Maeve's passed away, my good medium friend. Be interested to see what she said. And when time passed and she eventually made herself known, she said it was very, very peculiar. That she was a queen of mediumship, been doing it for many, many years. I thought it very interesting to see what her insights were. And she said it was very. It's I always have this with people. They always say, "Oh, it's so weird. It's so strange, so different than I remember that I thought it would have been." But she said there were ministries of beings that came to get her, and they're from all different realms. She said all different spaces. And she was telling me that there were many who came to see her, who received her. She said, received her, who are those members who have souls who she helped, who helped along her life work. So that was lovely. And then she said she's going to a hall of poetry. And her partner, Jean, told me that she used to love poems and poetry, so that makes sense. And it just seemed there was just so much to do there and opportunities. And I said, how did you find yourself when you passed to the body? She says, oh, I don't know really. It was just, it was amazing. I didn't feel a thing, nothing really. So it was really interesting. Okay. Pat Lang. Pat Lang, I'm sorry I didn't answer your question. Sorry, Renee. We just loved it. Okay. Nikki. Hi, Nikki. Psychic medium since age 5. Are you? Okay. Loved all your books. You helped me so much as a child when I had no guidance. So, Nikki, I'm going to suggest you completely go back and start again and develop. Keep on developing. No one ever develops fully. and there's got to be a sense of humility and helpfulness and service. And so just I redo it. Even my Leadership One course, I think you took that. If not, just redo that again. Just go back to what you have, because living life, since you've taken that originally, you'll have different experiences now with those lessons. So it does help. Good, thank you. Pat, here we go. Good, Renee, you found her. Okay. Pat said, when we pass and meet our spouses, can we continue our roles, or are we just souls on our own paths and just connect as souls? Just like, oh, very good, Pat. It's a good question. So this is a very interesting thing. You go to where you belong. So we come back in the school called Earth. Souls come back and work out lessons that they have to learn from each other or teach each other. And many times those or their partners who've come back who've been shared many lifetimes together. Recently, a friend of mine lost a friend. My friend Joe lost his parents. They were in their 90s. Great people. I met them. They came to a couple of my demonstrations. Funny couple, 95 and 93. And the husband passed away on a Sunday, and the mother passed away on a Monday. Very connected. So I do believe that. And someone once asked me, I did a reading for someone, and their parents were married for 50 years, and they came through very clearly. And they said, we're not together as you would consider it. We don't need to be together here. We see each other, but we have our own missions to do. We have our own journeys. We continue doing our journeys over there. So we don't have to stay together. I often describe also the analogy of the United States, that we're all different states, but it's one country. So we don't have to be. We go where we belong. Good. Renee went, hi, James. I have suffered from insomnia. I worry about things out of my control. How can I stop this? I stop worrying. So one thing, I would definitely get a therapist if I were you, because I think therapy really helps. I've done therapy for a long time. And I find with this, especially these days when it's very intense energy out there, and because you're a very sensitive person, so you're probably going to pick up a lot of other people's energy as well, and you think it's yours, but it's theirs. So that's a possibility. Number one, realize that you have no control. You can't control the people. You can't control your family. You can't control situations that happen. The world's going to be, it's going to be. The only thing you can control is your response to it. What's your choice with it? You don't have to try to control things, because the more we try, the harder it becomes and more stressful. And it takes a toll on us mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. You're finding that out with the insomnia. So more of, I would just suggest talking to someone about it. I think you need to let the energy out. And by speaking to people, that really helps. I'm here SoulCARE with people. Hello. I love interacting with people. It helps me as well as it helps you. I think that'd be a good thing for you to do. And the past is the past. The future is yet to be. So learning about living in the moment, living in this moment now is really, really important. Okay. Good luck. And take if you're going to take one of my courses in the school, the JP School of Mystical Arts, you might want to look into that. A simple course for you, a meditation course. They're free meditations, but look and see what vibes with you, because that could be also an outside help for you too. Spiritual help. Yeah. And you know me here, you know me, so you see who I am. But that might be also another outlet for you. I think you try too hard to help other people, and you got to be within yourself. Okay. Good luck, sweetheart. Hi, Christy Porter. Hi, Christy. Oh, I like your hair. Is it normal to feel? I don't know what normal. You're asking the wrong person about normal. I don't know what normal means. I don't know what that word is. I don't know normal. So I don't know what that means. Because normal to one person isn't normal to somebody else. So it's a box, right? So it just is. It is what it is, and that's all that it is. I like that better. To feel dizzy trying to meditate, I have to stop. It gets to be too much sometimes. Okay, I've heard that, Christy. Yes, it can be too much for some people. But remember, you're moving energy, so somebody get lightheaded. The best thing to do, and in a meditation, is grounding yourself. Right, grounding yourself, and you can do it different ways because everybody's different. So people like different methods of grounding. Some people envision that there are cords tied to their ankles going down straight to the earth, and there's a rock. There's all different ways. Something I find very helpful, and my good friend David G wrote a book on meditation, actually taught Deepak Chopra about meditation, really helped me learn this, or reminded me this, that when you meditate, and meditation doesn't have to be a formal thing. It doesn't have to be sitting there going, you don't have to do that. You can meditate in all different ways. I water the garden, that's meditation. I pet my dogs, meditation. Enjoy a good meal, meditation. It's focused awareness is what meditation is. Meditation equals focused awareness. So a good way of sitting in the stillness of your being, and when you feel that dizziness, ground yourself. Be part of the earth. Make a big rock. Make yourself a rock. Feel the earth. But David G told me when you breathe in, breathing in through the nostrils, and have that breath called riding the breath. So bring the breath all the way in, down to your feet and outside your feet to the earth. That's the inhalation. And then you exhale out of your mouth. So exhale any energy within the body that's not needed in the body, that's not balanced to the body. Exhale out of your mouth. Inhale at count of 3. Exhale 2 beats later, count of 5. A little bit longer on the exhale. So inhale 3. Exhale. And pay attention, Christy. So your mind is to do something. That's why you're going to pay attention. And for all you guys, the really good thing for you to do in a meditation is pay attention to the space in between the inhalation and the exhalation. And that'll ground you, center you really well. Inhale, the energy going all the way down, just maybe a wave of energy going down to your feet, outside the feet. You're not limited to your feet, going down to Mother Earth, the center of the earth. Exhale, releasing anything negative, anything you don't want anymore, let it go. But pay attention in between the pause, the inhalation, the exhalation. Hope that helps you, Christy. Okay. Kathy House. Well, Kathy, good to see you again. I just answered that question, so we did that one. I have meditations on my school page, JP School of Mystical Arts. There's some free meditations there, so feel free to. Laura goes, glad to see you today, James. I'm hoping that you were on vacation for a week. No way. Or you seem to be away. No way. Just because I wasn't here, Laurel, I was not on vacation. I wish I was on vacation. No, I was really, really, really busy working with Gordon, the workshop, my friend Carolyn in the hospital, with the doggies who just got home. So dealing with them. And it's a lot. It's a lot. So I've been juggling. And so it's fun. If you can enjoy yourself and have passion and everything, I think that's the secret. I have been swimming, which has been nice because the weather's been really, really hot here in California, as you all heard. And we're concerned about the fires, which are up north. Very concerning. I remember last night I was looking at the sunset. I said, wow, beautiful violets and purples and oranges. Oh, no, that's because of the smoke. So let's send beautiful green light there to help and maybe rain. So it's been very humid here. It's unusually humid. I've never been here 37 years in California. Never experienced the heat like I have and the humidity. Never had humidity here. I feel like I'm back on the East Coast again in New York because it's very, very humid. I'm in 3 times jumped the pool. You say I took 3 showers, and I call them cool downs. My dogs are Australian Shepherd dogs, big fur. And I don't want to buzz them. They're only 6 months old. So I said, let's go to a cool down. And it's also getting used to water. So I put them in right next to the bathtub, and I take a little, like a plant water, little little bucket, I guess you say. And I go very little on their fur, and I just suck them in to cool them down because the fur is very, very hot. So here we go. Hi, Melody McClure. Tamara, hi. Why are so many people blocked toward the truth? Don't disclose, but how can we inspire others? Well, great question, Tamara. Really great. So, there are many roads to the light, to truth. There are many paths. There are many, many, many. There are worlds within worlds and within worlds, as Mavis used to say, spaces and places and people. And everybody's at a certain level of evolution. There are some souls that are baby souls that come back to this earth who are still learning about money, the value of money, greed, politeness, compassion. I mean, they just don't know. And they're advanced souls, light beings, want peace, compassion, and honor with people. And then there are middle souls, trying to figure things out too. So it's really a school here with all mixed souls. And the best thing we can do is don't take it personally, because nobody has control over yourself. No one can control you but yourself, right? So what you can do is live by example. And that's what I do. I live by example. And the other day, it was really interesting. I was at a store, and I always try to smile and change the energy. And a man said to me, where was it? I'll tell you exactly where it was. I was getting an X-ray. That's where it was. I got an X-ray on my knee because my knee has been bothering me. And my doctor said, you should just get an X-ray so we can see. I said, okay. So I went to the X-ray place, and the man who's taking the picture, he came out into the hallway and screamed my name, James April. I said, I'm right here. I said, what's your name? And he goes, Greg Zonka. I said, Greg Zonka. And we just got along. And he said to me at the end, he goes, I love your attitude, my friend. I wish more people were like that with your attitude. He goes, have a great life. I said, well, you too, Greg. Just that moment changes things up. So living by, example is the best way. I've had so many people come up to me with different times saying, well, you have a great attitude, or great, you're fun, or you're a fun guy. I said, why not? Well, we're all going to get out of it eventually, but why not enjoy yourself at the moment? Because like I said, the past has already happened. The future is yet to be. So live in this moment, make the most of this moment. Because when you do pass over, eventually, when you go home, you're going to look back at your life, and you look back at the moments of your life. And it's going to be those moments that count. What did you do with the moments of your life? Not the times, the moments. How did you treat people? How did you behave? What choices did you make? And the great Brian Weiss, I worked with many years, he said something which really still stays with me. During that life review, you take on the feelings, the emotions of that other person. So let's say you were in a situation and you yelled at someone, you were upset with someone. When you have your life review, you'll feel how they felt upset 10 times, 20 times, 30 times stronger than you originally gave it out. You'll feel that, and you become that, and you realize the energy you set forth. So with that in mind, my friends, use positive energy. Even if the world is falling down in front of you, you have to send positivity and love. Really. And people are limited. There are many souls that they're limited. They don't know any better. I had this conversation with my friend yesterday, Amelia, and she's talking about family stuff and different things. And she said, this is the way I was treated. And I said, well, they don't know any better. She goes, James, that's it. They don't know any better. So we call that limited. The soul's limited. And they're great people, but they're limited in their awareness of how they do things. I thought I should do a course from my school. The next one I was thinking of doing next year is on manners. Because I think that kids nowadays have lost manners. I don't think I grew up with, God bless my mother and my father for what they did. Because growing up in those days, but now I see that they taught me proper manners, how to behave properly to people, how to treat people with respect and dignity, because everybody deserves that. Nobody should not be taken advantage of. So I thought I should do a class on manners. How to bring manners and compassion to kids. Because I don't think because of devices, again, you go back to technology, I think it's hurt a lot in the development. I really do. I think this morning I was thinking about helicopter parents. They used to call them helicopter parents. They just throw the kid in front of the television, and now just they give them a device, and they don't take really concern about the growing up. When I was walking my doggies 5 times a day, and I'm walking them thinking, what a great opportunity this is to share the space with these animals, these life force, these beings, and enjoy them, teaching them about enjoyment. It's important. So I think we all need to do that. That's our responsibility, I think, as parents, as people on the sharing this earth space. Okay. I also want to share with you folks that Renee, you must be psychic. That I coming out with another course, a healer course we did 2 years ago, but adding a lot more things to it. So I want to talk to you a little bit about that, because people have asked about the course for a while, and now it's finally coming out. So it's going to be involving different new techniques, which I haven't talked about before, with healing modalities, which I've learned since the course first began 3 years ago. New ways of getting it. We're using color, seeing color, working with color as far as healing goes, healing with color. Also, how to read someone that has like energetic blocks, like in their auric field. How can you sense and feel that the energy is not flowing? We talked before about meditation, breathing in, exhaling. Well, when you tune into these energetic blocks, how to recognize them, then putting a time element onto it. In this human experience, that soul has had this human experience. When did that block occur? Between the ages of 10 to 15, 15 to 25, 25 to 30. What's holding them back? Many times you'll see emotionally this emotional blockage. So I'm going to talk all about that in the healing workshop as well. Also, really crucial step for partnering with your healing guides. The guides are all there and they're ready to work with you. There are specific guides for different jobs. So healing, if you will, bringing yourself into balance, balancing the space that you're living in, balancing your own atmosphere. Important you work one-on-one or in tandem with you, if you will, with your healing guides. There are healing guides, inspirational guides, philosophy guides, working guides. There are all different types of healing guides specifically, and how you know when they are with you. One of my healing guides is Edgar Casey, which I found out when I was doing some trance healing work. So I'm going to go into all that during the workshop. And there's a lot more to I'm going to be doing, which it's pretty good. So I'm also going to be doing, which I did not do before, 4 live calls for the healing workshop, and to really give us time to connect, like kind of this is, but it's more intense. So I'll do more kind of individual stuff with that. So it'll be much easier. So I'm going to just read you here what I have a note on. It's the JVP Spiritual Healing Certification course also features several exclusive field trips. It's true. I put some stuff in there for my garden. So, and it's an even deeper depth with your guides, like I said. You'll join me as I talk with Dr. Edith Egart. Now, she's a prolific author and also PTSD expert, so post-traumatic stress disorder expert. She was also a Holocaust survivor. So that's a really interesting story. She used to dance with Dr. Mengele, and she believes that's how she survives. That's an interesting one. So that'll be part of the course as well. So it's really, really amazing to there's a great course. I also go to a lab. It's called SciTech, and it's really about how the energy blocks actually can see them in color. So we talk a lot about the color, the auric field. So that's all part of the course. So go on the website, JP School of Mystical Arts, and check it out because it's very, very good. Call number 1 is on Wednesday, September 21st. I have it right here. And number 2 is in October at 4 o'clock, in November, and then December. So it's all new season. You're invited to join me, please. So feel free. Okay, everybody. So JP School of Mystical Arts, and I'll see the Healer Certification course. And tonight on Both Sides Down Beyond, I will be doing a dinner talk. So I told Kelly White, she's been so great. She wrote her book. I've been reading her book. She's spent so much time with that. And she does so many readings with people and helps people. And I said, Kelly, I want you to take a month off, especially after Carolyn went to the hospital. You know what? I want you to rest because you've done a lot. So I gave her the night off. So she's taking some time off. I wouldn't do the show. She was on it. So I said, take some time less and let me do it solo. So I'm inviting all of you to Both Sides Down Beyond, and I'm going to have dinner with you. So have your dinners ready. I'm going to have a glass of wine. I might have a glass of wine. God, I've had that in a long time. And water. And we'll compare our dinners. And we'll talk. And we'll catch up on things. If you haven't seen Both Sides Now, it's right here on Facebook. So thank you, everybody. Hope to see you at dinner. And if not, I'll see you next week. And blessings, and stay grounded and share the love. Okay, bye-bye.